Imagine staying at a famous beachside luxury hotel with amazing waterfront views of the Atlantic Ocean and surrounded by soft white sand, in an area that has hundreds of great restaurants to eat and fun places to explore where you could see wild dolphins playing in the waves, numerous big, brightly colored birds, or curly-tailed lizards. Maybe you're thinking of taking a vacation there, but you're unsure of where to go. Well, today's guest will talk about her amazing trip to Florida, highlighting her favorite Miami Beach experience. The Humanities Communication Arts Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to the television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now, join our host, Shayna Johnson, to meet the next new directors.
Thank you for joining us today. All the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you are about to meet are students who, when not on camera, are behind the scenes working hard to bring you this program with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write and direct 4 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves, the productions they have completed, and give you the chance to get to know them and watch their progress throughout the semester. Our guest today is a person who has always loved the creative side of things. Her hobbies include reading, writing, photography, and most recently, video making. She had also taken a trip to Florida where she is able to photograph many interesting things. Now I would like you to meet our guest today, Nicole Ladestro. So, you've recently taken a trip to Florida, I hear. You want to tell us about some of your highlights of the vacation?
The entire trip was basically a highlight. I love photography, so this was a great chance to photograph many of the interesting things I would see. This felt like my first real vacation away. I had the chance to stay at the Fontainebleau Hotel on Miami Beach. The hotel itself was amazing. Every room was basically a room with a view.
That's beautiful. Wow.
Just walking into the lobby was amazing. You didn't really have to go far from the hotel. There were tons of things to do right on site. Spas, bars, pools, and multiple restaurants. La Cote was a great beachside and poolside bar and grill right at the hotel. I also got to walk down Ocean Drive, which was a main street right along the beach that had tons of hotels and places to eat. The Lincoln Road Mall was another great spot.
Wow. And that was the hotel you was at?
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
There was outdoor shopping, dining, and entertainment. It was an area right in South Beach. I liked that no matter where you were, the beach was never far away. This was actually my first experience of whiter, softer sands and bluer waters, and I already can't wait to go back. Being surrounded by palm trees instead of East Coast evergreens was a nice change. The hotel room had some amazing sunset and sunrise views.
Wow.
And it was nice being able to walk along the beach at night.
You gotta take me with you next time.
I saw a lot of interesting animals. There were a bunch of curly-tailed lizards running around on the boardwalk, and definitely lots of brightly colored birds.
Oh wow. I'll be scared.
They were big.
Yeah.
I even got the chance to get up close with some dolphins.
Oh.
This was actually a huge dream of mine when I was about 6 years old and obsessed with movies like Zeus and Roxanne and Flipper.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I would definitely suggest Miami as a fun vacation spot.
Yes. So, could you tell us why you decided to take the TV production courses?
I started getting interested in filmmaking and video editing years ago. My best friend and I have made a couple short videos, and as we've gotten older, we've definitely gotten better. But I really wanted the chance to see a classroom setting and learn how to filmmake, and I'm glad I did because I learned a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, I can imagine. What are some of the most useful things you learned in this course?
We learned a lot of simple things like just how to use a video camera or how to storyboard, which was actually something I'd never done before, and some more skilled things like how to edit on Avid. One of my favorite things to learn was all the different things that go into good composition. The most complicated part was definitely the TV production side of things. All that goes on behind scenes was really hard to comprehend, but it was ultimately great.
All right. Can you please tell us about the talk sequence, your student studies, your fall foliage, and your orange project you created?
We learned so much and improved with each project we made. The talk was the first project that we were assigned. We were learning a lot about camera positions and techniques required to get good shots. We learned the importance of using shot sheets and our dry erase clapperboard because they really came in handy when editing a sequence like this. I had a lot of fun getting point of view shots and over the shoulder shots.
That's a good angle.
Then we did the student studies, which was another sequence that showed the importance of camera angles and positioning. This time we applied our knowledge of storyboard sketches that really helped when setting up the shots. I also really enjoyed getting various angles of the same shot and then learning to seamlessly splice them together and make a more interesting scene for the viewer.
I see what you're referring to.
Next was the fall foliage project, which seemed like the easiest, but there were a lot of shot requirements that we had to meet. We got to shoot whatever represented New England fall for us, which for me meant a lot of colorful leaves and pretty scenery. We were able to apply a lot of the things that we learned about composition for this one.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Lastly was the orange project, which incorporated a little of everything we had learned. With just the concept of an orange, it was entirely up to us what the scene was about, so it was really interesting. My niece is always asking me about this class, and when I told her about this particular project, she was really eager to help. So I ended up shooting a few things with her, and she had a blast. She was full of her own ideas and says now that she wants to take film classes when she's older.
Oh boy. So tell us about your best project. What would you consider it?
I think my best project had to be the New England Fall Foliage project. It was required that we include separate music pieces so that we could fade them together and make it all flow seamlessly. Let's listen for a moment. I used as many of the new techniques we learned as possible. I got various angles of the same shots, so I had a number of clips to work with later when editing. There were also tons of close-ups and shots that had manual dissolves. I really enjoyed practicing the shift focus and finding good framing shots. Composition included simplicity, various lines like horizontal, vertical, diagonal, or lines of grace like C or S curves. It was important we always use good composition and the key points of interest. I filmed mostly in New Canaan, some in Norwalk, and a little bit at the Jones family farm in Shelton. The project was a lot of fun to work on because it was in the middle of fall. Everywhere you look outside could be a good shot.
You mentioned a variety of things you have learned in this course. What was the most interesting and important skill you think you learned, and how will you put it to use?
At the beginning of the semester, we were told that everything we had to film would be on a tripod, and I definitely now understand the importance of that. Looking back at old films I made with my best friend, I realized that shooting by hand decreased the quality of a lot of the scenes.
Yeah.
So I definitely will apply all that I've learned to any future projects that I shoot with her, and hopefully I'll get to pursue a career path that will utilize all of the skills that we learned here.
Today we talked about NC to Miami Beach and her hobby. She plans to create higher quality videos and continue with her photography and writing. She also got to share with us the goals she wishes to accomplish and applying all that she has learned. We would like to thank Nicole Ladestro for joining us today. We hope you enjoy meeting one of television's future directors, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you and have a good day.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Shayna Johnson, directed by Jennifer Rios Hanno. I'm your announcer, Christian Nera.